Hey everybody, welcome back to Rusty Wrench Restorations. I'm Steve, as always, and I got a quick little bonus video for you today. When this goes up, I think this should be Friday night that this video will go up, which is today. I'm preparing for a plow day tomorrow, Saturday, March 15th, in Hobbsville, North Carolina at the Indian Neck Farms. I got to load my trailer today, so I just want to do a quick little video. I've never loaded two tractors on my trailer since I've had it, and I'm trying to take the John Deere 300 with the 3-bottom plow as well as Sweaty Betty with the single bottom plow. It's always nice to have multiple tractors at an event if you can. Sometimes I've had friends show up and I'm able to let them jump on and take it for a ride, or just to mix it up a bit and show some new school and some old school, and just have some fun. So hopefully we can get them both loaded. I'm not worried about the capacity of the trailer. I think Sweaty Betty's like less than 2,000 pounds or right around there. And the 300, I want to say, shoot, I don't even remember, but it's like 5 maybe. So plenty of weight there. It's a 17,000 pound trailer, so I'm not concerned with that. My only concern is just the size and fitment, because, well, having plow sticking off the end takes up a lot of room, and I don't know, maybe we'll just have to have something hanging off the back. But anyway, kind of jumping ahead, because tomorrow morning's 8 o'clock, maybe it's 7 or 8 tomorrow morning, video that's going out is the painting of the John Deere 70 skid steer, which you're going to end up getting a quick sneak peek ahead before I even have that video go out. But basically everything that's green has been painted green. Got the loader arms done. We painted all the black, right? So the rollover protection system, the bucket, the quick attach. So everything's done. I mean, everything is literally painted for this tractor. The only few things that I have left are the hydraulic cylinders for the loader, and then the little center console and another panel here. I gotta take the gauges off there, but easy day. I'll just spray those with a rattle can. It's not a big deal. I do have some work to do on the bucket. I want to put some angle iron at the top. I have some hooks and D-rings, because after all, as always, I don't do much dirt work. I kind of need this machine just to lift and move stuff around. So without having any hooks or anything on there, it makes it kind of hard. So we'll add that stuff in. But my biggest thing is trying to get everything painted, as I said in the last video, before the pollen comes, because once we start getting pollen down here, it's crazy, and it will stick to all kinds of wet tacky paint. So yeah, anyway, skid steer's painted. So watching this video, you're gonna see this and know that before tomorrow's video of it, me painting this stuff. So I kind of, like I said before, I'm usually a week ahead of my videos. So tomorrow when you see the skid steer painting video, I'll be at the plow day. And then I'll probably put that video up like Sunday or Monday. It just depends how long it takes for me to edit it, because I don't think I can wait a whole week to put that up. But the following week I have yet another plow day up on the eastern shore of Virginia, and so I'm gonna get up there and get some video there. I've never been to that one. The tractor club up there, I've paid the dues to be able to plow and hadn't been able to make it. So hopefully this year we'll make that happen. So let's see if we can get these tractors loaded up. I do have to do some quick little maintenance things. Sweaty Betty, last time I started, she started fine. Sorry, trash truck in the background. Anyway, Sweaty Betty started fine, but ran a little rough. So I'm gonna clean the plugs, and we'll clean the points and set the gap on that to make sure we're good to go for tomorrow. So I might show that, and then it's just gonna be some quick video of me figuring out the logistics of how I want to load these tractors. You want to try to have your weight centered over your axles, obviously, so that the load is on the trailer, not the truck. But you do want to have some decent tongue weight as well to keep the trailer from fishtailing down the road. So I think we're going to try to get the 300 loaded first, and then have Sweaty Betty hanging off the back end. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So this might be a boring video. It might get exciting. Who knows? But anyway, that's where we're at here. Skid steer's pretty much painted, ready for assembly. It's just going to be like putting a big Lego set together. Waiting on a couple other new parts to come in. We're going to load the tractors. We got 2 plow days coming up. We got to go down and pick up that Kubota engine from Jason's in a few weeks. So lots of stuff going on, lots of good content coming up. And man, I can't wait to get this thing done. All right, so a couple things real quick. One, as you may or may not know, I love tractors, obviously, but I also like the brochures and the original books and literature. It's a passion to kind of hunt and search through eBay to try to find the original books. It just looks really cool when you go to a show, in my opinion, and you have all the original documentation for it. Now, don't get me wrong, I buy plenty of aftermarket, service manuals and tech manuals and stuff, but if I can get a good deal, I like to find the old stuff here. So, John Deere Model MT, this is the book for Sweaty Betty, and this one here is for the plows, right? So, integral tractor plows, M1A, M2A, MT1A, and MT2A. So, the difference is, obviously, the plows for the M, the tractor, and then the MT. So, I have the MT, and you have the 1A and the 2A. It's the same plow. Right now, I have it set up as a single bottom plow. It came when I bought it as a 2-bottom, but the second bottom was broken, and at the time I didn't have the front weights for the tractor, so the 2-bottom plow was extremely heavy trying to get it in the ground. So I put it down to a single bottom, so it's MT1A. Alright, wifey got home, wanted the spot back. So yeah, anyway, so for the single bottom version that I have it as would be the MT1A. So this has all your info about putting the plow together, how to use it, how to set it up, parts, everything. So whenever you get a tractor, I don't care what make, model, or piece of equipment, you should always get the books for it. It just makes things so much easier. So now I lost my spot on this one. Oh, here we go, ignition timing. So we're gonna set the points gap and clean the plugs. Plugs pretty self-explanatory. Pull the boots, pull the plugs, wire brush them off, put them back in, no big deal. The ignition timing, I'm not going to change timing on it. I know it's timed properly, I'm not going to mess with that. But sometimes just from sitting outside, the contacts of the points get corroded. So I think that might be the issue why it was running a little funny. So we'll clean that up and we'll set the points. Just know that when you set your points, you need to have the distributor on the high mark of the rotor so that the points will be open. That's when you set your gap and you can do your cleaning there and whatnot. So let's get to it. Oh, and for the John Deere MT, your points gap is 22 thousandths of an inch. So for that, we'll use feeler gauge. Alright, first thing we're going to do, we'll get the plugs cleaned. So just simply pull your spark plug boot off and remove your plug. In this instance, it's a 13/16. I don't really have issues with this thing fouling or anything, just does run a little bit rich, but I do a lot of idling and putting around the yard, and I think that's the major contributor, because when it's out plowing in the field, it really does run pretty good. So you can see the plugs are a little black, not wet or anything. So I just take a little wire brush and just clean them off. The plug gaps are set for 25 thousandths, so if you get new plugs, you can go ahead and set them. I'm not really too concerned about setting these. I have a little piece of sandpaper here, 1200 grit. That's what I use for cleaning the points. I like to fold that too, and I'll sometimes run that inside the plug just to clean out any gunk that might be in there. That's pretty much it. We'll get this put back in and do the same thing for the second one. Spark plug torque is German torque, good and tight. I love how Sweaty Betty, you can, even with all the rust and patina on here, you can still make out where it says John Deere. It's one of the reasons why I never messed with this. This one, same thing. Little carbon buildup. Like I said, I think it's because I don't ever really use this unless I'm using it on a plow day, so it kind of just ends up idling or just kind of putting around the neighborhood. So get this cleaned up inside here. That's it, good to go on plugs. Alright, so the cap's off. Next thing you got is the rotor button. This piece spins around and it sends the electrical current from the coil through the top of the cap. There's a button down here at the bottom. It sends it into the top of the rotor button and out this connector here. So when this is inside here, this little springy tab touches in the middle, and as it's spinning, it hits these 2 prongs. These are empty. Those go to your number 1 and number 2 cylinder. So it will send that current from the coil down through that spark plug wire to the plug. So we'll clean all those off. Same thing, I just use that 1200 grit paper and just kind of wipe off some of that carbon debris and buildup that gets on there. And I get that top button, my rotor, top button there, and then the contact itself. Do the top, do the bottom, and most important, you want to get the edge where it makes contact. So those are cleaned up. Set those to the side. We'll pull this dust cover off, and here's the internals for the distributor. There's your condenser and the points. So you can see here the points would open and close, and as they gap, arcs the spark, sends the current through the spark plug wire to the plug. So this one right now, the lobe on the points is sitting on the high end of the cam, so I don't have to turn it over. So it's in its open position. So that's where we can check our 22 thousandths points gap. Just slide it in there. Let's see here. Should just feel a little drag on there. It's a little tighter than it should be. I probably set it at 20 thousandths. That's what a lot of tractors are. So I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to mess with it. And just use the sandpaper to lightly clean the contacts on both sides of the points. It's just two little pucks, really. And just from sitting outside, it gets some corrosion on there sometimes. And that's all it takes, just get that surface corrosion off. If you get new points and you put them in, even brand new ones, you need to do this because they sometimes come with like a coating on them, and it will prevent you from getting spark. Ask me how I know. All right, those look pretty good. Let me switch to a clean side, get one more on there. Oops. My sandpaper is thick enough that I'm able to stick it in the gap here. All right, and I think we're probably at 20 thousandths. Let's just check it. So 22, hard to read some of these numbers on here. 18, 26, 20, oh, going the wrong way. 24, 20. Yeah, I got it at 20. I'm gonna leave it because it's been that way and it works just fine. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. All right, and that's it. We'll put the dust cover back in there. Put your rotor on. It's got a little tab in there, so it only goes on one way. There it is. Get our distributor cap snap back in place. Make sure our wires are good. Spark plug wires, and we're good to go. Let me throw the battery in and fire her up and see how she does. Always keep my batteries on the tender. Let's see here. This tractor is a positive ground. Stick that there. I put this little block of wood in here because the battery slides sometimes, and this terminal can hit on the toolbox tray here, and we don't want a fireworks show. Alright, battery's in, exhaust cover off, fuel on. Make sure we're in view here. That'll work. It's been a few weeks since we started, but she always starts up. Clutch in, neutral, choke, ignition, and start. Sweet. All right, we'll get the 300 loaded first, and then stick Sweaty on the back of the trailer. It's like putting on a 2,000-pound pair of pants getting on and off this thing. All right, let's see how the 300 starts today. It's like mid 40s, so it's a little cold. Nothing crazy. And I gotta put a battery in it. Oh boy. Alright, battery's good. Let's see what she'll do. Always a little smoky when it's cold when I first start it, but as it warms up, it clears up. Let me get my trailer ready. I think I'm going to try to get this one loaded on first, all the way to the front, and then see if I can get Sweaty Betty up on the back. So I'm sure the front of the trailer is going to squat a lot, but let's see. We might have to do some Tetris and move some stuff around or flip, but we'll see. I hadn't had them both on there yet, so first time for you and me. Truck don't like that. He's squatting good there. I'm thinking when I get Sweaty Betty on the back, it should take care of it, but I might need to put Sweaty in the back and leave this in the front. I'm honestly trying to think if, yeah, I don't even think Sweaty's gonna fit on here as is. I might need to put her on first and see how that goes, because this isn't going to work. I was thinking I could put the narrow end up there and have the wheels back here, but I still don't think that's going to be enough weight. I don't know. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. We'll figure it out. Yeah, it probably don't look that steep in camera, but I'm not a fan of driving a narrow front tractor front ways up a ramp. So I'm gonna pull the 300 off, back sweaty on, and see if we can make that work. We'll see. The nerves like I used to. Again, on camera, I'm sure it doesn't look very steep, but I know that plow is pretty heavy, and backing down the ramp with the weight of the plow, you can see the front wheels getting a little light, knowing that if I stop, I'll go back. So I kind of wanted to plow down closer to the ground like a wheelie bar. I hate driving tractors onto trailers. I'd much rather back up and be above everything. That's kind of the way you want to do it. So, all right, let's try to back sweaty on, and I think I'll back sweaty on with the nose to the right, and I should be able to maybe get the plow alongside. We'll see how that goes. Well, they both fit. The truck's a little bit squatted. It's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. They both fit. I got the plow on sweaty right up against the rod for my dollies. I didn't realize it, but the back of this plow had started pushing into the tire. So fortunately we didn't have any blowouts there. And yeah, we're pretty close up here. And yeah, even got a little room to spare. So Voila. 2-tractor plow day coming up. So kind of surprised that with the 300 on the back, it still has so much tongue weight on the truck. I mean, it's not bad, but I'd like to get a little bit of that off. So I think the only way for me really to do that is to move the 300 further back, which blows my mind. And I've got room. I got about a foot that I can move it back, which should help out. My only concern is that tractor's you have to put it like in park with one of the shifters, and sometimes it's hard to get it out of park, especially on an incline like that. So I might run into some issues tomorrow unloading it with the ramps and everything, but we'll work that out. So yeah, I think I'm going to move that back a little bit and get a little bit of the tongue weight off the back of the truck, because it's just sagging a little bit more than I wish it was. So let's see if we can do this. Oh yeah, much better. Much better. So yeah, typically I use the bottom of the white part of the bed and the fender well as my reference. It usually sits about about an inch and a half above the back of the tire. So of course it's squatted down a little bit. It's normal. There's a lot of weight on the trailer there, but we want majority of the weight to be on the trailer itself. It's a lot easier on the truck. It's a lot easier to control things, and we're good. So yeah, I got this one right up against the right up against there. So I'll put a towel or something in there. But it's just weird having this open deck back here, and when you're sitting on the tractor, let me see if I can get up there and show you. When you're sitting up here, oh boy, looking over at it, I got this whole tripod on here, but it feels like you're just hanging off the back of the trailer, and it feels like you'd lose it while going down the road. But anyway, whatever, they're both on there. So now I need to get the chains and binders out, get everything tied down, and go to the gas station to put fuel and everything. Gotta love it. Alright, so they obviously fit. I'm definitely within all my weight limits, so everything is good there. But I really don't need to bring 2 tractors tomorrow. You know, really I wanted to bring Sweaty Betty to kind of set up as a sign, if you will. I have a big QR code for the YouTube channel. I ordered a bunch of 2 1/4 inch buttons that I was going to pass out. They were supposed to be here today. Tracking showing them not getting here till tomorrow. So, you know, my plan, like I said, was just to kind of have Sweaty Betty there. Kids could sit on it, take a picture. I was going to have a bucket with a sign, hey, take some buttons, take some stickers, you know, subscribe to the channel, that kind of stuff. And it's just a lot of extra work and weight and things to deal with for a static display. So, probably in the fall time when I go to the Bonnie Bright Plow Day locally here in Virginia Beach, I'll bring both of them. At least I know they can both fit. I think really my biggest concern though is the 300 is still yet to be proven. I haven't done any work with it. I haven't really ran it for long amounts of time. And in the event that I have an issue with it, it's just going to be a pain in the ass trying to get it loaded back on there again. It's not like the trailer's got plenty of room and it can just go on anywhere. Like, it's got to get kind of precision placed, which isn't going to be easy to do if it's not running. Now, God forbid, hopefully that doesn't happen. But so I think I'm going to go ahead and take Sweaty Betty off. Just leave her home for this time. We'll just focus on taking the 300 out, putting it through her paces, see how she does, and have some fun, you know, because not only do I want to plow with that tractor, but I obviously want to get lots of video content for you guys to see of everybody else plowing. And I don't want to be trying to juggle 2 tractors, a video camera, all the other events, you know, seeing people I know. It's just a lot. So, but I know they can fit, and that's good. Like I said, the Bonnie Bright Plow Day is local, so I'll throw them on there in the fall time, both of them. But for this one here, I think we're just gonna take 300. So, well, we got them on. Let's get them off. Taking out my money. Fill her up. So the math ain't mathing on this fuel tank. I think it's like a 13-gallon tank, something like that. And I had put 2 5-gallon buckets in it, so that's 10, right? So that should leave 3 gallons. And I just put 6, let's see here, a little over 6 gallons in. Need to go back to math class. Alright everybody, that's going to close out today's video. It's like 5 something, almost 6 o'clock Friday night. I want to try to hurry up and get this video edited and put up so that I can get some views before this plow day tomorrow. But I did want to close on this. You know, I got a lot of YouTube friends, people I've met over the last year, different channels and everything, and a lot of these channels have these whiteboards with other YouTube channel stickers on there. So I figured I got to start my own board. I got the Rusty Wrench in the middle, and the other YouTube channels that support me will go around symbolizing supporting me. So I do appreciate that. So the first sticker to go on here, a few videos back I did in fact read the letter that I got from Gary. Gary's got a YouTube channel called Tractor Talk with Gary. And highly recommend you check out his channel. He's got all kinds of cool stuff on there. He goes to a lot of auctions, and he makes you kind of guess a little bit. He'll put a video up of the tractors at the auction, and then you have to wait till the next day to go up and see what they actually sold for. So it's kind of fun. But Gary, not only do you support me and my channel, but I think you're probably one of my top subscribers. So I'm going to put you right up here, top, front, and center, because you are the first channel to send me one of your YouTube channel stickers, and I appreciate that. And you introduced me to a whole nother side of YouTube that I didn't even know existed, and that is sharing other people's channels, right? Networking, because like they say, it takes a village, you know. And as with anything else in life, you need support from friends, family, other channels to excel and exceed. So Gary taught me the art of sharing other people's channels and visiting their channels and subscribing to them and making comments, because as you know, YouTube works on algorithms. So the more views, the more comments, the more likes, those things build into that algorithm so that the YouTube brain can continue to keep sharing your video to a wider audience. So the more views, the more comments, the more likes, all those things keep pushing your video further out to a broader audience to get more subscribers, and it's just this big vicious circle that keeps going around to build your channel. It's like a self-licking ice cream cone. So anyway, Tractor Talk with Gary, check out his channel, subscribe. Great dude, and I appreciate you teaching me this awesome YouTube trait and skill, and hopefully I can continue to support you as well. I make it a point to watch all of Gary's videos, comment, like, share, and there's probably a dozen other channels that I've been doing this with over the last few months since Gary introduced me to that. There's one gentleman, Noel, up in Canada, Noel's Garden Tractors and Firewood, another really cool channel to watch. He gets out there and does snow blowing and cutting wood and working on tractors. He's working on a lawnmower spindle right now. So Noel, how's it going, buddy? Noel has the same board similar to this. I think his is a Expo whiteboard. but he has all the other YouTube channels on here, and he has I think it's called a Fireside Chat with Noel. It's on Sunday, so this Sunday, check it out. But he sits out in his workshop and he has his wood stove going, and he makes it a point to go through every channel on his board and what they've put up for the week. So it's just a really nice homage and tribute to the other channels. And he told me that he got one of my stickers, so I'm hoping to see my my channel up there on Fireside Chat this Sunday. And if not, no big deal, Noel. I know you'll get it up there. But so yeah, just a great community of people, and I really do appreciate all of you. There's so many to list. Ed, yeah, just Open Air Adventures. There's endless. Matt Scrapper. I mean, just so many cool channels to check out. So I'm not sure if you can see it, but if you can see the channels I subscribe to, check them out because there's a lot of good stuff on there. A lot of the firewood guys, I really have no need for firewood. I don't have a wood stove, but it's really cool to see what they do, the amount of work and time they put into their hobbies, and you know, just gives you another appreciation for somebody else's hobbies and skills. So Gary, #1 on the board. I appreciate you, kind sir. And if you are a subscriber to my channel, or you want your channel put on my board and I can review your channel and share with my followers, then please shoot me an email. If you go to the info for the channel, it has my email on there. Email me, I'll give you my address, send me a sticker, we'll throw it on the board, and we'll do some networking and share your channel as well. So looking forward to Plow Day tomorrow. I appreciate y'all watching. Have a great week. And I probably could have set the camera up a little better so that it wasn't getting my head cut off that whole time, but what are you going to do? It's been a long day. Have a good one.